Alright, welcome back everyone with Game 3 of Leafy versus Kendo. This is round 1 of the Nebraska Esports Association StarCraft 2 Open that took place on November 18th. So we are going into the rubber match. Leafy taking game 1 in very commanding fashion, and so then opting for a kind of a fake 4-gate sort of build and then into expand, but it kind of put him behind, and Kendo came out with a ton of immortals and just crushed right through his defenses to tie up the series. And so we'll see who can take this entire series here in Game 3. But before we do, a big shout out to our sponsors for the event, QuickTech Computers, for providing all the computers that we ran the event on, and just for being really awesome to work with. Greenfield's Pancake House did supply some prizes for the event, and also, gave us their support. Yeah, and Da Vinci's Pizza. Your little accent thing that you did in Game 2 threw me off when I was saying Da Vinci's, and I couldn't think of what their actual name was.
It's hard. It's a hard word to say.
Yeah, fair enough. So Da Vinci's Pizza, big shout out to them, as well as Champions Fun Center. A big thank you to all those companies for sponsoring us and making this event a possibility. We are going to go straight into Game 3 now, and so I will give you the countdown, Nick, and then we'll go ahead and start. So, are you ready?
Ready.
Alright, let me go ahead and switch scenes, and we're going to start it in 3, 2, 1, go. And so Leafy did lose Game 2, so he chooses the map on which they were to play for Game 3, and so he chose MLG Zelnaga Caverns. And as you see, he's spawning down here in the red as Protoss in the bottom left position, and Kendo will be in the top position as the pink Protoss. And I'll be really surprised to see what they do on this map. We've seen kind of early expands, not super early, but 3-gate expansion sort of builds out of both players, both in games 1 and 2. And on this map, it's just much harder to defend that natural expansion. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of 4-gate or 2-gate immortals and then expand. But I don't think we'll be seeing any kind of early expansion.
Right. Yeah, this is, again, a 2-player map. Daybreak is also a 2-player map, but this one's much smaller. And one thing I want to comment on is winning the first game, like how big of an advantage it is. Sure, they're tied 1-1 right now, but Leafy was able to choose the map, so he may be a lot more comfortable with this map than Kendo is, and that is the advantage of winning the first game.
Yes.
So Leafy is playing on a map that he's at least comfortable on.
Yeah, so he's going to do a little poking around here with this probe. He needs to be careful so that he doesn't lose it, but he is going to be annoying and try to pick off a probe if he can. Kind of sent that pretty early again. I mean, no one's gateways were really down when he got in there, so I'm kind of surprised that he was sending it that early.
Right, I think he's just sending it right after that pylon. Just shift sending it over there, so it takes a little... It gets there a bit early, but if you can keep it alive in there, being kind of annoying with it. Took some health actually off one of these probes, so...
That's true. So he's going to camp out here in the natural and wait to see if an expansion comes out, I guess. Kendo is going to go ahead and scout out right now, and this is what I think is a little bit more of a normal timing in this matchup for a scout. This is about the time where tech will start to diverge, and you want to get in there just before Stalker gets out.
Right, and that I don't know when that comes out, like right around 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because your probe is faster than a zealot. A zealot will chase you around for days, but a stalker will catch you and kill your probe.
Yep. So it looks like Kendo, taking a early second gas, might actually be thinking of a 3-gate expand. I'll be interested to see what he ends up doing with that. Getting in and seeing not a whole lot here in Leafy's base. Does see that the zealot was, made before a stalker or anything like that. So not probably expecting a 4-gate just yet.
Right, he does only see the one. Did he even get over there to see the gas? Yeah, he knows there's just the one gas. So possibly a 4-gate. 4 gates, you don't see that extra gas. And there we see 1, 2, 3 more gateways going down and a pylon. So we are going to see a 4-gate.
Yep. Now he needs to go out and start building his proxy pylons here pretty soon, because this pylon's not going to keep him unsupply blocked for all that long, really. And warp gate is about halfway done, so you want those pylons to finish right about the same time as warp gate.
Right. He does have that probe on the way up there. It's actually hot keyed with the zealot right now. Well, not hot keyed, but in a group with the zealot.
Yeah.
A nice escort. That zealot is on an escort mission, and he hates this game right now. Because even zealots hate escort missions. That probe is a little faster than the zealot, so it wanders off every once in a while.
So we are seeing a robo go down for Kendo. So this 2-gate robo sort of play. It would have been maybe a little bit better if the robo came before the 2nd gate, so he could get those immortals out a bit sooner. Because this 4-gate is going to be knocking at his door any moment now. It is a tad
Right, we
late.
do see a forward pylon going down. It's a bit far back, but we're going to see, I imagine, a bunch of units get warped in here any second now.
Ooh, and actually Kendo in a really bad spot because his warp gate is still not done. It's about 3/4 done, but that's actually going to put him pretty far behind in army, and it's going to be really hard for him to hold this off.
He is in a good position. If he can force field that ramp, he's got a couple force fields saved up, which should give him time to get that immortal out, to get his warp gates done, but he's got to be on top of it.
And here's the engagement. Oh, these stalkers getting down ahead, taking a lot of damage from these zealots. They absolutely do not need to be taking right now. And I thought he was going to pull out there for a second, which would have, well, I guess Kendo already used his force field.
I guess had a lot of zealots himself, and yeah, warp gate not going to finish in time. This pylon on the low ground allowing stalkers and zealots to be warped in. The immortal pops out just in time,
but takes several shots before he starts engaging, and he is going to get taken out really easily here by Leafy. Leafy just in a commanding position right now. Oh, and I just noticed.
I don't really see a way for Kendo to come back.
Yeah, Kendo still hasn't made these into warp gates. He is actually training these the slow way still out of these gateways, and that is very disastrous.
Right. Just getting into crisis management situations like this where it's kind of hard to keep your head about you to go, you know what I need to do since I'm losing my base right now? I need to make warp gates and keep chrono boosting things out, and I can't stop building workers. So.
There's the GG. So
there we see the GG.
Yes. So we do see
both players have left.
Leafy take the series in a very commanding fashion, a very well executed 4-gate there, and so he does continue on to round 2 of the winner's bracket. Kendo gets knocked down into the elimination bracket, but he's not entirely out of the tournament yet. He can still fight his way up if he is able. Those are our best of 1 down the elimination bracket, so it gets a little sketchy with the cheese and such. But thanks for watching again, guys. We'll be back again probably tomorrow with the last match of round 1 of the winner's bracket. And actually, hopefully, we'll have a few other casters joining us here in the next few days to help us cast the rest of these matches, so you don't have to listen to me and Nick all the time. So that'll be nice.
Yes, you're welcome.
So anyway, thanks for watching, and peace.